Hello everyone and welcome back to more spoopy time with the letter. Holy shit, we are back again. We are currently in Hana's point of view. God, girl, hush. Hush now, stop. I'm trying to do a recap here. Anyway, so in the last episode, as you can probably tell, we have started off on Hana's point of view, and basically the whole entirety of it is just working our way up to how it is that she heard about the mansion and how she went about with the purchase of it and roping Luke into it all, and and a little bit of shifts in points of view in which the time where Isabella was freaking out during the tour and what's happening with her end we already experienced, and then so now we were experiencing what was happening on our end as Hana. So Hana, throughout the entire time that she's visited the mansion, or more so the entirety of her point of view up until this point, was that we learned about how she has a little bit of a strained relationship with Luke despite being married for 7 years now. She's a really kind of a decent person who's come from an affluent family, obviously, but she's got some educational backgrounds, and she knows her shit kind of thing, and she's really open-minded towards stuff and people. So back to the mansion thing. So during the tour, and where Isabella steps away because after her little freak out, Rose takes over, and we were in the study room, and we were basically just finalizing the fact that we want this mansion, and that if anybody who outbids us, we're just gonna pay higher price for this mansion. But anyways, regardless of that, we had a little bit of a paranormal experience in the study room where we thought we saw this creepy ass painting, but it turns out it was actually a mirror, and it was the ghost lady that was there. And so, because we were the only one who saw it, and everyone else was just like, what painting? And then it just obviously disappeared, and we were like, oh, okay, whatever. She's so chill about it. But anyway, so we worked up to the point where we moved out. We were moving into this mansion now. We met up with Zachary because he was doing a piece on our mansion in the Living Luxury magazine that he was doing. And we got really friendly with him, and that didn't sit too well with Luke, who caught wind of it somehow, some way. But anyways, kind of our bad and on our part, because true Hana was a little bit more flirty with Zach, but she means it in a playful, well-spirited manner. It wasn't really going anywhere. She wasn't trying to get anything out of it. She was more so teasing Zachary, but of course Luke obviously didn't like it. So there was that. Again, it kind of put a lot of tension between them during dinner. They had a little bit of brief argument, and Luke was being just an asshole over it. And so now afterwards, and he was pinning it on us. It was all our fault instead of him and his drinking problems, where he clearly doesn't care about his health. So he puts it on us. There's a bit of a tension during dinner, but now dinner was over, and Luke goes off to bed. But as we are left to our own devices, we hear in our own thoughts about how our marriage and how this is a little bit of bump in a road, but it's nothing that she's not used to. We hear somebody who's crying, who seems to be oh no, somebody's feeling kind of a bit blue on this night too, and now we're gonna go investigate it, and the sound draws us to the kitchen, which is where we are now. Yay! Oh my god, I don't fuck with this shit, you guys. I don't understand why she won't leave this alone. Where she's just gonna be I'm not checking it out. I don't care what it is or what's going on. I'm not part of it, kind of thing. But anyways, whatever. It's a horror visual novel, which is the equivalent of a horror movie, and we gotta go do some paranormal activity investigation. This is BuzzFeed Unsolved, you guys. So let's get to it and see where that noise is coming from, where this lady who's crying is coming from. So yeah, so curiosity sinks in, and as I follow the sorrowful sound into the kitchen. Oh yes, I figured it would be there. And it's the wine cellar hatch. Hello? Is anybody down there? Well, clearly yes. I am curious and concerned, but there's no way I'm going down into a dark and humid underground. Don't do it, girl! Don't do it! I'm not as enthusiastic as Luke, who considers himself quite the connoisseur. Then don't do it. However, I also cannot bring myself to go to bed with this racket going on. Girl, I'm sure you can put some earplugs in and just take some sleeping pills, do whatever. You can knock the fuck out and then don't have to deal with this bullshit. If it is one of the household help, they will surely need some talking. Oh God, girl. After all, this wouldn't be the first time I've gone and found one of the maids sobbing their eyes out over one thing or another. Really? Oh God, no. As professional as our staff are, they are still human. Yes. More often than not, it was either Johannes or I who'd calm them down, who'd help them figure out how to go on about things. Unfortunately, I am not in high spirits right now, so I'm not as wholly benevolent. So I will. Fuck you. You know what? Guys, okay. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I made a vow to myself before going into this game that if at any given chance or opportunity that the game will give me to making smart choices, I will take it. I am going to go through this game making the smartest choices I can, as in, IRL, if this was me, I wouldn't fuck with that shit, and I'm not gonna fuck with this shit now. I'm sorry, I can't. I want to help you, but if I try to help you, this girl's just gonna flip shit on me, and I don't appreciate that. This is what I get for trying to help you, girl. Fine, you deserve to be down there. So I will. I'm so heartless. But seriously though, I haven't done anything to you yet, and you're just gonna do this shit to me. No. I'm gonna call out to them first. Better safe than sorry, okay? I'm not gonna jump the gun just yet, so call them out. I knocked 3 times. Waiting for any sort of reply yields me no result, and I've already touched the floor hatch far too many times than what I'd like. Oh no, then we're just gonna go down there anyways. I take a deep breath before reaching out again to whoever's inside. I've learned from experience that people respond better to kindness than threats. Shouting angrily would not help in coaxing them out. You in the cellar, do come out. We don't want Luke waking up and finding you in there, do we? That man would go ballistic thinking someone was trying to steal his precious wine. Still nothing. You can have a good cry, just not in there, yes? Why don't you come out here and we can have a cuppa, and you can tell me all about whatever it is you're bawling about? Yeah? No? With how long I am standing here, however, I am starting to think myself as a fool. I did not want to acknowledge the other feeling I have, especially as the wailing took an eerie turn. Girl, you need to acknowledge that other feeling, 'cause the thought of being played with didn't sit too well with me, and I had to stop myself from getting too hot-headed as I tried one more time. Yes, just take this calmly. Now, sorry, something in my throat, sorry. Now, you come out of there. That is an order from the lady of the house. Do you hear me? Why, I oughta. Oh God, girl, she's gonna get so mad. I freeze as a hand clamps down on my shoulder. Oh, girl. The dread I've been feeling all this time makes itself known as I kneel, unmoving, not even daring to breathe. Oh my fucking God, I'm ready for a quick time. I am ready. I can feel my heart pounding against my chest. But the touch is gone as quickly as it had seized me. Oh! Johannes! It is only Johannes I see when I look back. Johannes! Oh my God!
Apologies, madam, for touching you like that.
No! I am so glad to see another soul here. Holy shit.
You were not responding to my voice, and you looked about ready to wake the whole mansion up.
Oh my God. Johannes, I'm sorry, I was getting rather loud, wasn't I? Yeah, you were. But that crying woman in there, we must do something about her. He's gonna be like, what crying woman? He grows silent for a moment and just looks concerned. At least I'd like to interpret it as concern, given how stoic our head butler usually is. Or rather, it must have been concern, as he takes off a glove and presses the back of his hand at my forehead before his worrisome inquiry.
I beg your pardon. What crying woman?
I knew it. See, this shit like this always fucking happens.
Are you feeling well, madam?
No, I'm not. In the cellar, can't you hear her?
Madam Hannah, no one is down there.
Oh my God. What? Yes.
The cellar is locked. Only Luke and I have duplicate of the keys.
Oh, thank God. Even if I did open it, I wouldn't have been able to because it would have been locked. Ah!
Nobody is down there.
Okay, thank God. I stare at him in disbelief. But when I listen once more, I hear no crying. Yeah, stop now because, somebody else stepped in. Tugging at the hatch for good measure proves his words to be true. Good. The thing won't budge unless I had a key, short of using power tools on it. Yes.
Perhaps it is time for you to go to bed, madam.
Yes, please.
You are simply tired and hearing things, a perfectly normal human experience.
Oh my gosh.
But if you are still experiencing auditory hallucinations in the morning, you are free to consult with me.
Oh my God. There's a cold feeling in the pit of my stomach as he helps me up to my feet. What he says makes sense, and who am I to question someone who used to be a doctor? You used to be a doctor, Johannes? Really? Then what happened? Jesus. I'm sorry, but I am just tired, that's it. Long day of moving, the interview, dealing with Luke, that has all drained me of any proper sense. Yes, if that's what makes you sleep better at night, girl. Yes, I suppose you're right. I just need some sleep, that's all.
Of course I'm right.
Whatever, Johannes. I don't need this sass from you.
Go on then. Gute Nacht.
Guten Nacht. Oh, you must be German then. Guten Nacht? Is that German? Good night, Johannes. Good night, house. I mean, if this ghost lady's gonna be crying and shit, I'm gonna be like, I would try to be nice to her. Jesus. Alright, it's just fatigue. That's what I keep telling myself, although I can't ignore the strange feeling in my gut. Yes. See, guys, when paranormal stuff is involved, just don't ignore your gut. Just please go with it, Don't think of yourself as stupid. Go with your gut. That's what saves you half the time. Either there is something wrong with this house, or there is something wrong with my head. It's something wrong with the house, don't worry, girl. Sleep will be elusive tonight, yes. But we make it through the night without anything happening. That's great. Luke is already gone by the time I rise. There isn't a single hide nor hair of him to be found, and trying to call him on his mobile is a bust, as it only goes straight to his voicemail. Alright. That's twice in a row he's gone on me. Yeah. And for him to disappear today, of all days, is every bit upsetting because of what's to come. Why? The morning is once again filled with a whirlwind of activity. Fortunately, I am much more refreshed I took a break from my responsibilities. Okay, I haven't the faintest clue where Luke was yesterday. Today is going to be a busy day, although unlike Wednesday, the master of the house isn't here right now, absent once again from his duties. Yes. Hopefully he'll be back in time for the party. Oh, okay, so I assume she already went through with her meeting with Marianne about the whole interior decorating, I assume. So yeah, that's a past, and then now I guess she's just planning for a big housewarming. This is our house after all. A grand housewarming party for the wonderful Wright mansion. Every person of importance from Luxborn is invited, and there will be a few guests flying in as well. Wow. Of course, there will be some people from the media, along with friends and acquaintances who are made no less important, regardless of their status in society. Oh, there you are. Oh no, I guess she is still kind of going with the meeting. I don't even know. Yeah. So Marianne and I discussed business and last-minute touches to the house before finalizing everything. Not that there is much change from our original plans. Bar any huge additions to the property itself, the mansion is nearly 100% complete. You have certainly exceeded expectations, Marianne. Everything looks so marvelous and in such a short time, too.
Well, I can't take all of the credit. People have certainly been enthusiastic about the idea of working on the Wright mansion. There won't be any more problems unless Mr. Wright has any more objections about the second bedroom.
Right, the kids' bedroom is what I can remember. Luke and I had a small tiff about making the second bedroom into a child's playroom, but which I insisted is completely practical. In the end, he had to acquiesce. I didn't give him any choice in the matter. Okay. I even bought this wonderful wooden crib from the antique store yesterday, including some toys. Wow, she's already jumping the gun. Holy crap, she's so ready. Just in case anyone brings their baby, of course. Yeah, anyone brings their baby, not yours, right? Besides, we have little need for actual guest room. We hardly have guests who spend the night. If we absolutely have to, we often choose to foot the bill for their visit on one of our hotels instead. Always at Luke's own insistence, because you gotta make that money, gotta make that business. And on the off chance that we actually let someone stay, the bedroom in the opposite wing is still up to the task. Okay. Oh no, we proceed with that room we proceed with that room as planned. Yes. I already agreed to him having his greenhouse and his vineyard and his stables. He may as well let me have this one thing. Yes, which by all means, Hana, you take charge. You'd be like, hey, I gave you all this, so I can at least have this. No, I did not agree to him having a helipad. Yes, that's good then, because that's a little too extra. That's too extra.
All right then.
Cool.
Well, do we have any other concerns? Anything we need to put on our agenda before the party commences?
I don't know. No, I don't think so. Not unless Luke has anything to say. Yeah.
Is he around then? It'd be best if we can note down his request right away, considering the scope of his usual ones.
We can't reach him. Well, I can't reach him. Around? No. Where is he? Who knows where? I don't. I obviously don't. No, he's not around. She didn't have to point out the obvious now, did she? Well, she was just asking. She couldn't have known. After 7 long years, I'd already gotten used to him. I should be by now. Still not, apparently.
But don't you have a party?
I know, but he doesn't give a shit. I want nothing more than to complain, to whinge about how unfair this is. But then why don't you? Why don't you have a girlfriend kind of thing where, you can just talk about your problems of your married life? However, airing out one's dirty laundry is simply taboo among high society. Oh, I guess. To do so will make you a right target for the next dinner party chit-chat. Right. Vultures, a lot of them, really. Or most of them, at least. Man, being rich is just... being rich and, those high-status people is just so much to consider. God, there are always good ones like Rochelle Lee. But put your trust in the wrong person and you'll find yourself eagerly picked apart. Yes. Yes, but Luke's just being a sweetie, you see. That friend he's visiting, he's having marital problems and he's just trying to cheer him up. I guess. Perhaps I'm being a bit too rash, a bit too hot-headed in divulging details. But I thought myself clever with the plan to dress it up as gossip. Marianne's raised eyebrow makes my god, I can't read. Marianne's raised brow make me unsure whether she is interested or not. I don't think she's the type to be interested. Although that does make things better if she has no interest and therefore has no hidden intent to utilize whatever I might say to her. Exactly. They've been married for a long time and they've hit a how do you say it? A rough patch? His wife has a drinking problem and can be very neglectful. The poor thing really does his best to be a good husband. Oh, now she's painting it as herself, except the roles have switched. But it's never enough for her. Sometimes I think it's the years. Maybe it's been so long that they've lost that romantic spark. What do you think?
You were asking for my personal opinion on the matter, ma'am?
Yes. From a woman to a woman,
Do you want me to be honest, or...
Be honest with me. Do I want her to be honest? I don't know. Be honest with me. Be honest with me. I appreciate the honesty. I mean, why bring it up and why dress it up so much? Putting the effort to dress it up so much if you're not gonna have an honest opinion from it, Be honest with me. Be honest with me, Marianne. I don't need someone to sugarcoat it. Real talk. Yeah, heart to heart. I'm pretty sure that's gonna give yes. It's gonna give definitely more points for us with Marianne. I am not some fragile thing that I'm just going to break down at the slightest thing. She hesitates, taking a sip of her coffee while I stare into my own cup of tea. The silence stretches on, and I almost believe that she will never answer my question. I suppose that I shouldn't blame her, putting her in a tight spot like this. Her hesitation is understandable, although I loathe to admit it, she simply wants this whole thing to stay professional. But then she speaks.
If I'm going to be completely honest, I need to ask. This is about you and Mr. Wright, isn't it?
Well, damn, aren't you so perceptive? God, Marianne, you read me so well. It's my turn to hesitate now. I really didn't expect such a straightforward question. Well, she seems like such a really straightforward lady, so I don't know. And to get to the heart of the matter, I suppose I'm not as clever as I like to think. Yeah. Or is it really bad? Or is it really that bad that an outsider can see our little marital troubles? I think it must be that bad. Surely we aren't that obvious, are we? I think you are. We put up the act of a perfect couple for years, although it hadn't always been an act. Marianne is just more keen than the average person, of course. I guess. It is a necessity to her career, and she's been working so closely with us. Yes, that's it. Okay, whatever floats your boat. Suppose it is. What would you tell me?
Then I tell you it's none of my business. I tell you that I don't want to meddle.
Aw, you're so honest.
But if the troubled husband with the neglectful wife asked me for my honest opinion, I'd say that he shouldn't base his happiness and his self-worth on someone else.
True.
Someone who won't even give him the time of the day.
Indeed.
Maybe he should try being independent for a while. See what it's like when he isn't trying to please someone else and doing things for himself.
Yeah.
Everyone's supposed to be their own man or woman, right? A bit of breathing room never hurt anyone.
Mm-hmm.
That's just my 2 pence worth, of course.
Yeah. So you're saying they should divorce? No, girl. Not like to that extent. That's like extremes. More like, just kind of let it go for now. Just kind of do your own thing.
Nothing as drastic as that.
Yeah, nothing is drastic.
If they're afraid that it might lead to just that, then maybe that is what's meant to happen in the first place.
Yes. Wow. Damn, girl. Preach.
We shouldn't let our fear control our lives.
Yes. Yes, girl.
But it's just a short hiatus is all.
Mm-hmm.
Or, couples therapy?
Yes, couples therapy.
Look, I'm really not the best person to ask about relationships. So grain of salt and all that.
Yeah, I know. She trails off, having said her piece, and leaves nothing but the smell of coffee and Earl Grey between us. There is a calm despite the nature of what has just been discussed. To say that her words make me start to think is an understatement. To say that I'm not considering her advice is a lie. And to say that this might just be the calm before the storm is a possibility. Right. Others have had shorter marriages, yes, but plenty have celebrated long and happy ones as well. Yeah, but it just all depends on the person. My own parents celebrated their choral anniversary before they passed away. Oh, that's good for them. But 7 years? 7 years isn't a whole lot in the grand scheme of things. Yeah, it isn't a whole lot of time to see what and where our relationship can bring us. And at the same time, 7 years, oh yeah, 7 years is not too long, but 7 years is not too short either, to, kind of brush it off. Well, it hasn't been entirely made up of unhappy years, has it? Well, yeah, I guess. It won't last forever, it's not supposed to anyway. I just dread the thought that it might last for a very long time. I dread the thought that these small spats, these little disagreements will turn into an all-out resentment. The idea that we will grow to hate each other with every fiber of our being scares me. Aw, yeah. I can't even pinpoint the exact moment when our blissful union turned sour. Aw, no. We can get through this, right? I hope. I don't know. Personally, I don't like him. Girl, you can go off and be independent. You're a big, strong, independent woman, and, I don't see no problem with it. So, I don't see why. Why not? I know that I still do love him, and I feel that there is still a part of him that loves me in return. Yeah, I guess. we just need to get our heads together and talk it out. Right. Couples therapy. Again, surely he will see some sense. There's a cough before Marianne clears her throat. I must have been quiet for so long, and I move to apologize when she stands up. We both end up on our feet, unsure on how to proceed. Some sort of odd, awkward shuffle occurs as we decide whether to sit back down or not.
I really should handle what's left of the work.
Right. You won't be attending the party? Oh, you really must, Marianne.
I'll try to stay and chat. Maybe grab a few bites and a drink, but I can't be around for the entirety of the event. My apologies.
Yeah, you must be a very busy woman, I understand.
Busy, busy, busy.
Yep, busy. You must stay a while. I'd love for you to meet some of my friends, and they're ever so excited to meet you. You need to say hello to the Lees at least. If it wasn't for them, I'd never even heard of you.
We'll see.
Okay.
So, if I can be excused?
Yes, go right ahead. Certainly. You'll have to excuse me as well. I must attend to the party before any early birds arrive. Oh, really? Wow. So soon. Because believe me, they will throw a fuss if things aren't ready, even when they're not supposed to be here until an hour later. Wow. God, usually it's the opposite, whereas like people show up later than they said they would, not like earlier. Jeez. Okay, anyways. There's new shit, really? Holy crap. What's new? Oh, there we go. So this is the last episode journal entry regarding what happened. So during supper, Hannah found Luke drinking absinthe, and this caused an argument. While Hannah was angered by her husband's drinking problem, Luke was suspicious of his wife's activities, having not seen her the whole afternoon despite finishing Luxury Living's interview early. Then there was this crying woman, yes, in the cellar. But thank God we dealt with that with nothing happening. Let's see. Did I miss anything? Did I? I don't even know. Hold on. Let me just check real quick, because there was 2 new journal entries that I don't know. Really? Is that it? I didn't miss anything. I'm just gonna go through it really fast. Okay, no. That's her. That's. Oh wait, something here. Yeah? No? Oh, that's that. Okay. Oh, there we go. This is the new one. There. So Hannah and Marianne were seen discussing the mansion's finishing touch before the housewarming party. On a whim, Hannah asked for Marianne's opinion about a certain couple having marital problems. It leaves the former with something to think about after the latter excused herself from attending the party. There we go. Okay. Alright, so there we go. We're by our lonesome self again. I'm not too sure if something's gonna happen. Like last night. So the scene outside the parlor is a great organized mess. Aside from our own household help, we hired the service of the temp agency, which provides staff for Wright Enterprise in the hospitality sector. Okay. Wait, what? So aside from our own household help, we hired the service of the temp agency, which provides staff for Wright Enterprise in the hospitality sector. Okay, so she has people from her own company here helping with the party. Really? Even our very skilled staff cannot undertake a party of this size on their own. Okay, alright. Waiters, busboys, hostesses, and their staff captains move about in droves, carrying crockery and serveware good for several dozen people and then some. Chefs and bartenders tail after Johannes, looking like scared little children as he escorts them through the kitchen and into the wine cellar. To peruse the stocks, to select what can be served at the party and what can be used for cooking.
Schnell! We have a lot to do, and I believe we did not hire snails. Snails are for the dishes.
Snails are for dishes. Oh, Johannes. A string quartet readies up to play for the evening, tuning their instruments as they fill the air with idle chatter. Wow, I got my own string of quartets. Oh wow. Floral decor worth thousands fill vases, wreaths, and baskets, while petals are scattered along the driveway up front. Wow, this is really extra. Like, is this really necessary? Wow, this is like a ball rather than like just a housewarming party. Jesus. Ooh, but that cake though. An ice sculpture of a reindeer is brought in carefully by a pair. It is followed by a simple cake, just a 5-tier white chiffon, one with white chocolate mousse, fresh berries, and a light dusting of edible gold leaves. Just 5 tiers, no big deal. Oh god. But despite the fact that I told Marianne how I will tend to all of this, I find myself unable to focus or care for any of it. I still have our discussion running in my mind, and looking at all of this, I only see Luke everywhere. These are all the grand things that Luke wanted to have for the party. I had wanted a small, elegant, and simple gathering with only a select few invited, namely the people who I would actually trust to enter my home. Wow, I did not want any bloody politicians or paparazzi in here, no matter how used I am to catering to them. Damn, then I really am for Hannah. Like, shit. At least be here for your party. Damn it, Luke. Right? God. The entire thing screamed Luke right. And I can't help but add another question to my growing list of queries. When did I lose myself? It's always about him nowadays, isn't it? Yeah. What about Hannah Wright? What about Hannah Evans? I used to be my own woman who made her own name, her own career, and her own decisions, right? Sure, I was already the social butterfly that I am still today, but it wasn't all empty, shallow gossip and sitting pretty. I was also lauded for my knowledge and talent, right? Finance manager wasn't just handed to me just because my father owned the company. I had insisted that I start at the bottom so I could work my way to the top and prove myself. Wow, see, I'm starting to like her even more. Okay, I really hope you don't die, girl. I'm gonna keep you alive, okay? And I did. I worked numbers, managed budgets, money and accounts, analyzing the competition and market trends. There was the calculation of financial risk, cost reduction opportunities, auditor, liaison, and public relations, supervision of the staff, and, well, I generally had a huge slew of responsibilities. Right. Admittedly, I was already quite the attention seeker even back then, having dedicated most of my youth craving for my parents' approval. Failing that, I turned to others, looked for praise from anyone who would give it, however fleeting it all was. And Luke, oh Luke, the way he looked at me, the way he watched me and took a genuine interest. He had me disgustingly obsessed since day one, hasn't he? Yeah, you fell pretty hard for him, girl. He saw me for me, Hannah Evans, with both my faults and my achievements. The man didn't treat me like some damsel in distress or some prize to be won. Okay, then where did that all go? I remember the nights before we were married where we talked about everything and anything. From big things like business, society, and philosophy to little things such as what we had for breakfast or whether we liked cats or dogs more. We both prefer dogs. Okay, nowadays I'm just Luke Wright's wife. Oh my god, that's a tongue twister. Yes, it's mostly my fault, isn't it? How? They told me that husbands preferred wives who are docile and subordinate. Oh no. A woman who will always be there for him, yet would never outshine him in all aspects except beauty. A wife needs to be at home and attend to his needs, to have children and to take care of them in his absence. They said I have no business working anymore after I was married. Oh, I can blame society, yes, but I listened. Before I can fall further into this introspective pit of self-loathing, someone calls for my attention. Oh my gosh.
The guests have arrived, madam.
The double standards of women. Yes, I know all about it, don't we? The guest, really? Oh, and Luke? He's nowhere to be found.
Running a bit late, I'm afraid.
Yes, I figured. Not even surprised. Late for his own party, that man, I swear. He's probably looking to make a dramatic entrance, knowing him. Open the doors then, we mustn't tarry. Yeah. Cars line up the driveway, peppering the front of the mansion with vehicles of every kind. Grand tours, supercars, even the odd high-end muscle car to convertibles, grand saloons, and other luxury cars can be seen being parked by valets. A handful of cabs drive off, possibly for those who thought it's too troublesome to bring their own cars. Right. But I thought that's what rich people are all about, showing off their ride, you know? There are at least 2 different media vans as well. They're all here for what may be considered the biggest event of the year for Luxborn. So far. Who knows what we'll plan for the winter holidays? God, maybe open up your own goddamn skating rink in the backyard. Welcome everyone. Please, make yourselves at home. Some of the guests idle, enjoying the warm, if not strange, sunshine we are experiencing before gloomy skies inevitably return. They greet acquaintances and friends with warm smiles, others less so. From where I stand, I can see the hierarchy of power, the ties that bind these individuals here, whether through convenience or necessity. There. However, there are also few who are not here to further cement their current place in high society. Oh, wow, you're here too! What the fuck? Why are you here? Ash? What? Such as that young man with this oriental air, ignorant of the looks he receives from women and men alike.
Be careful with Shirley, alright?
Shirley? Who's Shirley? Oh, and she's here too! Is she part of the media? Is that it? Or that rose-haired woman talking on her phone while she looks unsure of why she is here exactly. Yeah, what are you here, girl?
Yes, I'm at the party already, Mom.
Is this a public event? I don't think it is. What is going on?
Yes, I'll say hi to her if I can.
Okay, I want to know what the connection is. Gosh. I see Zachary, the photographer, as well. Of course, he would be here because he'll be part of Living Luxury, so yeah. Or Luxury Living, whatever the fuck. He talks to a few of the other media crew with an air of familiarity.
I was just here a few days ago, yeah.
Yeah.
And the inside is huge, but the staff are pretty helpful if you get lost.
Uh-huh. So I had invited Father Norman too. Father Norman? Yes, the priest, which is great. This is perfect. It's the least I can do after he blessed the mansion on my request, aside from my small donation to the church, of course. Oh, he blessed the mansion and I'm still getting demons. What the fuck is this service? But the poor man had taken ill and went through a nervous breakdown of some sort the other day. Oh, I'm pretty sure it's the ghost. It's the ghost. He sensed some supernatural disturbance in the air of the mansion. And then there are people like the chief inspector. Ugh, you. People who I can never be too sure about. People who stand on the border between being suspicious and being trustworthy. He would have been hella suspicious, like right off the bat for me. Not even close to being trustworthy.
Thank you for the invite, Anna.
Ugh.
Husband still missing, I see.
Okay, shut the. It's not even your goddamn business again. I should be saying the same for your darling Rochelle, Lee. The doctors again?
She told me she'll just be in the gardens.
Uh-huh. Garden.
Bet she's lying and that she's somewhere around mingling, gossiping with the other ladies.
Well, what's your deal?
No offense, but that seems to be all you ladies do at these parties.
Well, that's the rich people. And aren't you gossiping right now?
Yes, well, what about Luke?
What about
Should we
him?
file a missing persons report now, or do you want to wait 24 hours?
I think I can handle it. He's around.
You know, I can tell if someone's bluffing.
Okay, I really want to get away from him. He sounds so disgusting. God, he gives me the chills. He gives me the heebie-jeebies. Like, girl, I don't want to be near you. I'd rather be with the ghost lady than with you.
Don't tell me, let me guess. He's finally drunken himself to death and not wanting a scandal. You've hidden his body.
Maybe, whatever. Think whatever the hell you want. Now go grab yourself a glass of champagne or some shit like that.
I was wanting to give this housewarming gift to him personally, too.
I'll give it to him, jeez.
It's a plate that holds a wine glass so he can stop killing himself with liquid lunches. Looks like it's too late for that.
Nothing like that. Besides, this is hardly polite conversation.
Oh, relax. I'm just trying to be cheeky to lighten the mood. It's not like I want Luke dead.
Sure. Look at that smile. He's just like, ha ha ha. That's like.
The man doesn't serve dodgy plonk like the others when I visit, and he pays his respects well enough. I could use a glass of wine or 3, actually.
Then go off and get it then.
Michelle's been in a horrid mood. Threw her stilettos at me the other day and almost took an eye out.
Well, I think it's deserved.
Not sure if this is how it usually goes, but I blame the pregnancy.
I wouldn't know, would I?
Still no plans for a baby?
Nope.
Well, I guess that's for the best. If it's this bad now, I can't even imagine how bad it'll be when that little baby bump becomes huge.
True. Have I mentioned how I don't trust him no matter how hard I try to do so? Yes, multiple times, Hana, and I agree. I agree. At least he bought a gift, I suppose. Why don't you just go inside and have some wine, Lee?
Think I will, thanks.
Good. Now scram. Greetings such as these carry on as guests continue to trickle in. Whether we have short conversations or merely shake hands and nod heads, I make sure to attend and welcome each of them. As the first hour passes by, the rest of the stragglers and I adjourn to the ballroom. Any latecomers will have the attention of the porter instead. I have other duties to attend to now. Okay, let's get this party on the road. Yay! Hosting parties is always the same old song and dance, no matter how big or small it is. You make sure your guests are well fed, have good company, and have them generally enjoy themselves. Right. So when my opening remarks are done, when the band has started to play, and when the band has started to play and the guests have started eating, I find myself wandering around aimlessly unless I am pulled aside. For a while, I stay with a small group and entertain them before excusing myself. And when they're not anymore watching me, I end up watching them. When they don't listen, I do. A local banker is having trouble with his daughter. He wishes to marry her off, but she wants nothing more but to make music. Oh no, liberal arts kid. One of our hotel managers worry about the stolen belongings of one of his patrons, a failing in security which should be brought up to higher authority soon. Our mayor, well, his cat died. People watching. It's always great. Yeah, and then there's that rose-haired woman once again. It is hard not to notice her with her distinctive locks. She also lacks the grace that the other ladies have, though that does not make her any less beautiful. Okay. Her stance and the air she exudes instead are strong, and they make her stand out despite her casual attire. Many men have already given her their attention, though each invitation to dance has been turned down. Okay, I approach intrigued, although it is no great mystery what occupies her own attention, with the glance she keeps sending towards the boy with the oriental hair. Yes, I feel like she has a thing for Ash. Oh my goodness. She remains unaware though, even as I stand beside her, pretending that I am there for a drink. You would catch his eye a lot better if you wore nicer clothes, don't you think? Oh girl, what she's wearing is fine.
Didn't realize the housewarming was going to be this fancy. I would have gone with a nice dress if I knew.
Oh, you're fine, dearie. It's only the parvenus, those who climb, that come to these parties all dolled up. Quite the black-haired beauty, isn't he? The boy comes over, but I do nothing to speak any softer. Yes, he merely passes by, and it is a wonder he doesn't hear what I say. Maybe
Who, Ash?
Yeah, maybe he just pretends to not hear, but like, he's a pretty observant guy, I would assume. Yes, Ash. You really shouldn't have turned down those offers. If I wasn't married, I'd happily go dancing with those young men. But you said a name, Ash. That's the exquisite lad you've been looking at all this time. I don't know him, and I'm the one hosting this party. That must mean you know each other. Is he your boyfriend then? Because that would explain those rejections. Nope. In all my life, I have never seen a face grow red so fast. The shade of her hair did not help as well. This is the most pink I've ever seen on a person, really. Yes, even her top is pink.
What? No, that's ridiculous. He isn't my boyfriend.
Oh, but you do have a thing for him, though. Low-key, low-key. Such a violent reaction, a simple no would have sufficed. Many here would be happy to hear it.
And I haven't been looking at him.
Sure. That's right, you've been staring, quite heatedly, in fact. Although I'm not sure if you look like you want to kiss him or kill him.
It's more the latter, currently.
Oh yeah? Why? Yeah, why are you guys here? Tell me. Just don't go murdering him on my property. I don't want to walk into a room and suddenly find a body there. Well, you might just, girl. You might just. And it's not his body you'll find. I waver as I feel the burning of someone's stares. It is chilling, and though I am used to enduring the gaze of others, this one makes the hairs on the back of my neck stand up. Yes. Right there. It is chilling and yeah, right? Okay. Hello. My attention is pulled from the girl and I see a woman staring. Hello. Do you fancy a glass of wine? Dark-haired and dirty, she looks more like a beggar than a guest, and I have half the mind to call the security at her when her mouth breaks out into a grin. Oh my gosh. All I hear is her laughing. Taunting. Her stare makes my blood run cold. She looks at me like I am nothing but a pig to slaughter for her amusement. It makes my hand shake and I nearly drop my drink. Oh my. But then in a blink she's gone and the buzz of the party returns.
I'll keep that in mind, but are you alright?
I know, looks like I just saw a ghost, right? Jeez, yeah. Yes, sorry, I just thought I saw something strange. It must be the trick of the lights. Oh girl, if only. Anyway, Hannah Wright, as you must already know.
Rebecca Gales.
Rebecca Gales. Gales. The name is familiar, like a fond memory. Reunion. Oh, Reunion, really? I recall a kind lady, a private tutor who treated me like her own daughter when I was young. She'd even bring me food when there was no need to do so. Is this her? Really? How old is Rebecca anyways? What? Usually stovies, which I honestly hadn't been too keen about, though I ate them nonetheless because she brought them for me. Oh, the professor! And your little Becky! Oh.
My parents couldn't make it since they're in Scotland right now. And Mom says hi, by the way.
Okay, so her parents tutored her. Okay, I was like, there's just no way that Rebecca is, like, older than Hana right now, because Hana's already 31, so it's just like, what the hell? What does that make Rebecca?
But yeah, that's me. Little Becky. We met once before.
Okay. Oh, yes, so I remember you. You were the cutest little thing with glasses. And when we met, you were having boy troubles with this lad called something with an A. Oh, Ash! What was it again? Aaron, Alan, Adele, Albert, Alexander, Andrew? The more I list off names, the more red and the more quiet Becky gets. She starts to look a bit miserable as her body language shows discomfort and stiffness. Perhaps I have triggered a horrid childhood memory. Surely I hadn't been mean when she visited with her mother. Oh, I don't quite remember all of it. Ashton! Ash! Yes, I knew it. That man is that boy, the same one. Oh, goodness me, after all these years? Oh god, you're still pining for him! Oh my god. I can see why, though. He's quite dashing.
You don't really need to announce it to everyone with an earshot, you know?
Why?
Keep it down.
No, but it's just us two. Chill, girl, chill. I'm so sorry, but it really is cute. And a tad bit sad.
This is a nice party, Miss Wright.
Yes, indeed it is. So please, Hana is fine. We're friends of a sort, aren't we? We must be friends, seeing as I know about your little infatuation, Becky. Don't worry, dearie. You'll have your happy ending yet.
I'm not too concerned about that, am I? That's not what I'm looking for.
Are you sure, Rebecca? Oh, and what makes you think that? Doesn't everybody want their happy ending?
The idea of happy endings sounds like they're just for fairy tales.
True.
And they are, sorta. I don't think you can just sit around, trapped in some tower and hope for the best.
Right.
If you love them, you have to fight for it, right?
Right.
You're not just going to sit there and hope that everything will just fix itself on its own. Like everything, you have to work at it.
Oh no, another profound advice unknowingly given to Hana and her marital problems.
But what do I know?
Yes, what do you know? There is a grimace, although she starts to relax around my presence. How long has it been since we met as children? Certainly a long time. She was tiny back then, if I recall correctly. I'm sure the daughter of the two greatest professors I've ever known is smart enough to know what she's talking about. But have you told him how you feel? Nope. And it's been what, 20 years? 20 years of pining, holy shit.
17, actually.
Okay, 17, but that's long though.
But no, not yet. He can be a bit dense.
Okay, confirmed. Rebecca does have a thing for Ash. But it's bad because Ash has a thing for, I think, Isabella. Oh, shit.
I was hoping that maybe he'd notice on his own and...
Nope. Well, that won't do. What if you two become husband and wife? He's not to be dense when he's sworn himself to another person. Yeah, well, like not your husband, not each other. What? He's not to be dense when he's sworn himself to another person. Wait, why, you might as well consider leaving before the day's even begun.
If that happens, I'll have to give him a good ear bashing, won't I?
I guess.
Whoever anyone ends up with, it's not going to be a perfect relationship anyway.
True.
There's going to be things you'll love and things you'll hate about the other person. We're just humans.
And we just have to work it out, you know? We just gotta compromise. And if compromising doesn't seem to be working, then maybe this relationship isn't supposed to meant to be, you know? That's when you know. That's when it's like, hey, maybe we're not meant for each other. And we just gotta accept that reality.
It's funny. Here I am, trying to give you advice when you did the very same thing back then.
Right.
I remember you giving me a makeover when we were still kids. And you were the first I told anyone about my... crush.
Aww. So we do have girly friends. Aww, where have you been, Rebecca, all these years? I do remember now that she mentions it. Did I give her that yellow summer dress or the pink blouse and petticoat? I don't know. She must have kept some of what I said in mind. It feels ridiculous remembering all that years later, talking about boys and how they go crazy for pretty girls. It's as if it's some gospel every woman should adhere to. It was so easy to say such things then, with me not knowing any better. Though, looking at her now, she must have kept some of what I said in mind. Perhaps I did say something good at that time, enough for her to take it to heart. Maybe, yeah. I mean, it seems like it, because it seems like she's giving us marital advice without really knowing it. But all that didn't matter in the moment as I mull over what she's just said in my head. What Becky told me is very different from what Marianne told me. There is no time to ponder over that, however, as a hush descends upon the once lively crowd. Is it Luke? Has he finally shown up? The music of strings and the chatter slows to a grinding halt as the doors from the foyer opens. The last of the latecomers should have arrived moments ago. And anyone else this late would simply be too embarrassed to show their face. Not if it's Luke! So this can only be one person, or rather one man, yes. There is only one man who is audacious enough to arrive at his own party so late.
Good evening, ladies and gents. Enjoying the party?
Oh, goodness gracious. Anyways, I feel like I don't know where I am in terms of time. Let me just double check and see where I am, and if it's going a little bit long, then I'm gonna cut it here, you guys, even though it's kind of awkward because I don't know exactly where to cut in this instance. But yeah, so hold on. Alright, never mind. It feels like it's been going on for a while, but only because nothing much really happened in terms of spooks and stories and anything dramatic happening, aside from that little instance where Hannah just overlooked Becca's shoulder and saw the lady there. Okay, but anyways, back to Luke's grand entrance.
I hope I'm not too late in welcoming you all to the Wright Mansion.
Well, unlike I, who was raised in the spotlight and simply grew used to its presence, he sought it out every chance he could, even when there was no spotlight that shone. And I'll never put it against him when he smiles like that. He did so quite brilliantly under the scrutiny when he channels his showmanship. I guess that's one thing to admire about him. You can tell by the way people's eyes light up as he speaks. How they listen enraptured even if all he's doing is a simple greeting. A little wave of his hands here, a little smile there, and a bit of swagger. I always tell him that if he is not to be a businessman, he'll do well as an entertainer. I love the sight of him, especially when he looks at me and he beckons me over to humbly share his place. Yeah. Not a single second is wasted as I excuse myself from Becky's side and I make my way to Luke's.
Welcome, one and all, to our humble abode.
Humble abode. Rich people.
Tonight, if you have yet to find yourself in your roles, you are our ladies and lords of the court of your king and queen. If you would excuse my presumptuousness.
Oh my god.
So, enjoy the feast that has been laid out for your senses as we only allowed the best to be served.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Enjoy the rest of your night, everyone.
You're embarrassing me. Why are you... There is a round of applause, cheers, and even some hoots. Why you gotta be so extra for? Jesus! Guests approach us left and right to shake Luke's hand and greet him personally, praises on their lips. It is because of this that I do not see her. Yes. I do not see her until she is dangerously close, with fury in her eyes, and she's already spitting venom. Who? Is it the ghost lady or is it somebody else? Oh. Ha ha ha. Johannes restrains her, taking care not to unnecessarily harm the pregnant woman. What is going on? But that does little to deter her rage, and the man has no choice but to let her go, lest an unborn child is hurt. Is this Rochelle, if I'm going to take a wild guess? Although it might be too late for that, as I see an empty glass of wine in her hand. Oh no, she's a little bit tipsy drunk, which means she's got liquid courage in her, and that means she's gonna start something. Anyways, let's read this journal before shit goes down. So the Wright Mansion officially opened its doors with a grand housewarming feast. Zachary Steele, Ashton Frey, and Rebecca Gales were seen attending. However, what was supposed to be a day of merriment turned sour when Rochelle Lee, the chief inspector's wife, accused Luke of fathering her unborn baby. That's what this is about? What? How much has she imbibed in? Wait a minute. She's pregnant. She's not even supposed to be drinking. Oh my god. Are you feeling ill, Rochelle? Perhaps you need to sit down and...
No! Shut it, you munter! I ain't talking to you! I'm talking to this scumbag over here!
What the hell?
You bloody bastard standing there with your smarmy smile!
Okay. She interrupts me, jabbing her finger in my direction before she rounds on Luke. Even as whispers and murmurs break out among the guests, all I can focus on is the heat of the moment. Obviously intoxicated, judging by the smell of alcohol on her breath. But she's pregnant! She shouldn't be drinking! What the fuck, lady? Oh my goodness. Oh god. I didn't need to backlog that. I'm not ticked off about this little display of hers, at least not yet. Yes, she hasn't dropped the bomb yet. But I am absolutely pissed by the fact that she'd endanger her own baby by drinking, right? There is a considerable amount of restraint and grace that I must exercise while I wait for her tantrum to subside. I keep a patient, if tight smile on my face. Luke's expression, on the other hand, is indecipherable.
Watch your tongue! You're on thin ice, Rochelle.
Does that mean that he's not denying it?
Where's your husband? Who even invited you?
Oh my god. I did.
And I told you with great emphasis not to. Now we have a drunk, hormonal, pregnant woman causing a stir.
Oh my goodness.
What is even going on?
Oh my gosh. I am just about to ask that exact same thing. I don't know. But Rochelle, do calm down before you hurt yourself. I can't understand a word you're saying.
Where is that husband of yours?
Oh my...
Lee! Collect your wife right now!
What is that?
Don't you fucking talk like I'm not here and you're not responsible, you ass!
What?
You told me that I should wait for you in the gardens!
Oh, wow. This is like a fucking episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. What is this? What? Excuse me, what is this nonsense you're going on about?
Crazy talk. That's all it is. Just completely and utterly mad.
I do not trust Luke right now. Like, holy shit, he does, like the journal entry, it sounded like it's Rochelle that's just kind of, I don't know, like, just kind of like, it's two sides of the argument, okay? So it's like, I don't want to believe in Rochelle 100%. So, because she could have just been, she could have just made something up, that kind of thing. But now Luke, it sounds like he's trying to keep this hush-hush, so it's like, what?
Has anyone seen the chief inspector?
I have no idea. Yeah, where is this man?
I am pregnant with your little bastard. You promised me you'll take responsibility. God damn it, Luke. I finally got you to talk to me after months of silence, and you do this to me.
Whoa, did he promise her that they'd elope or some shit like that? Oh my god, because technically they're both married. Like, Luke's married to Hannah, and Rochelle's obviously married to the Chief Inspector Lee. What the fuck is this? What? What? What do you mean you're pregnant with? Luke, is this true?
Lies and slander, woman!
Oh my god.
Security! Johans, take her out of here before she makes an even bigger fool of herself!
Oh my... Johans or Johannes? I don't even know.
No, you do not do this to me. I was so ready to leave my stupid oaf of a husband. I told you to leave that damn wife of yours.
I knew it. They were planning to elope. Oh my god, the drama!
Look at her. Does she look like she wants a baby?
Dude, obviously I expressed my desire to have one, but it's just Luke who's just like, no, I don't want kids. What the? Don't get it twisted, girl.
Does she look like she could take care of a baby?
Oh my god. You don't know me, Rochelle. Rochelle, how dare you? It is now that Johannes returns with security along with a concerned-looking Officer Lee. They surround her and move to escort the hysterical woman. Judging by his pale face, he has heard the whole thing, and I feel nothing but pity for the man. But what about us? What about me and my feelings and needs?
I'm so sorry for her behavior. She's been under a lot of stress. And the alcohol.
Excuse me, how are you not, like, freaking out by the fact that your wife has slept with another man, possibly, and is pregnant with his child? Hello?
Talking nonsense, that's all it is.
What is going on? Are you guys trying to coup d'etat me? I'd be so fucking hurt if you do.
You're not allowed to drink because of the baby, Shelley. What are you thinking?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Nothing to see here, people. Move along.
Oh my god, this is why I don't get involved with rich people business, okay? It's like, just crazy shit just goes, it just happens all the time. Is there really nothing here but the ramblings of a drunk? Yeah, is there really nothing here but the ramblings of a drunk? Yes, that's right. There's no way that what Rochelle says is the truth. What she says doesn't matter. There's no way that what Rochelle says is the truth. What she says doesn't match up. Really? Are you sure? I know, Luke. If such a scandalous meeting are to be arranged, he won't do it in such an exposed place, especially not near his precious flowers. And he definitely won't promise responsibility over a child unless it can be helped. Besides, Luke will never go as far as to sleep with another woman, right? Girl, I don't know, girl. Okay, fine. Who am I kidding? Yes. You said it. I was just thinking it. You said it. So, if I'm to be completely honest with myself, he might cheat. With a bit of temptation and a bit of alcohol, he just might. And doesn't that just make me doesn't that just make my blood boil to even think of the slightest possibility of infidelity? Infidelity, yeah. Lee isn't too far off when he told me how Luke still acted like some young hotshot bachelor. It starts to make me think. Perhaps a break's needed. I need to work for my happy ending. I don't know, girl. I don't know if it's worth, girl. Like, I don't know. This is just a complete mess, girl. Like, I don't know if you want to still try with how Luke is, like, and how his tendencies. Like, I know, again, he has nice, cute moments where he's, like, you know, sweet. But, like, what does it all matter? What does that matter in comparison to all the bad shit that's happened and all that, you know? Like, I really want to try working towards it, and if it can't be salvaged, then I want to just break it off completely. Like, that would have been my plan of action. Like, I want to be like, say like I didn't try, you know? I don't know, girl. I really want Hannah to be happy, but just right now, it seems like Luke is such a scumbag. Oh my god. Okay, I need to work for my happy ending. Let's try that. It takes two to tango. Okay, there we go. Okay, so that gave us a boost, definitely, in Luke's relationship. Okay, I'm gonna try to be on people's good side. I wonder if that no, that didn't decrease points with us with Marianne. It's all right. Or Becky. No, Becky was no, never mind. Yeah, Becky's words are still fresh in my mind. Yeah. We have relationship points with Becca, but not that much has happened. So yeah, Becky's words are still fresh in my mind. And I can't help but think that the girl, plucky woman that she is, has a point. If I love Luke, I'll have to fight for him, don't I? Yes. So far I've been doing nothing and sitting on my behind, hoping it'll fix itself. Okay, this whole mess definitely isn't going to fix itself. How dare that woman try to drag our name and our relationship through the mud with her lies. And at my own party, in front of my salad. Determination fires me up as I take a step forward into the middle of the fray. All the while, she has been screaming. I signal for security to stop, and I can already feel the glow on my face as I stare into hers. She wilts as soon as she sees me. She starts to grow anxious and her protests die down. Yes, that's right, girl. Take charge. Like, I need to get to the bottom of this. I can see as her haughty, angry expression turns into a horrified realization. Rightfully so, she should be scared, right? What is that thing that they say again? Never wake a sleeping dragon? Yes. They often think that Luke is the one in charge, that he is the one to be feared and appeased. They think me as only the pretty wife. They forget that I am just as capable, just as worthy of respect. Right. I invite you, my friend, into my house on a day of merriment. And you insult my name and accuse my husband of infidelity? What have I ever done to make you treat us with such disrespect, right? You are no longer welcome in any of our estates, our properties, and our businesses, and we will no longer patronize yours. Now escort the girl and make sure she isn't standing even an inch within our grounds. She looks devastated. Reasonable. This does make her into a This does make her into a pariah, doesn't it? What is a pariah? I have no idea. I should feel concerned, but I can't even find an inkling of mercy within me. I don't know what her plan was. I don't know what she wanted to make out of this, right? Like, what were you trying to accomplish? The money? Luke? Maybe. It doesn't matter what she wanted. You won't show your face to me ever again if you know what is good for you, Rochelle. Take her away. The tension is thick in the air, and the silence that embraces the room is so set that one can practically hear a pin drop. There are worried and almost fearful glances from some of the guests, but they all know this is well within my right. She is the one who started this whole dilemma. It just so happens that I'm the one ending it. As long as everyone hold their tongue and don't interfere, none of the consequences matter to me. Especially when my darling looks at me with a different shine in his eyes. Well, I'm doing this to defend you, but you better be true to your words. It almost seems as if he's proud of what I have done, and that spurs me on more than anything. Nonetheless, I still act upset because this does not change what just happened, right? He still has a lot to answer to, right? You're not off the hook yet, buddy. Because even if the woman is lying, there is always an inkling of truth in every lie. So when I turn on him, to say that the shock he displays brings me gratification is an understatement, right? You're not out of the crossfires here, buddy. Of course, there is no reason to make a husband and wife spat into a public spectacle, right? So we need some privacy. Some privacy will generate the least number of headaches and complications, right? Everyone is still far too busy in the ballroom, and most of the staff are still in the kitchen. A sharp glance at anyone who will go through the doors is all it takes to make them retreat. Right, okay. And the most private we can get without me dragging Luke all the way to our bedroom is the foyer. Alright, Luke. And you. We are going to talk about this, Lucille Mitchell Wright. Lucille, yeah. Not now, but we will talk about this. Yes.
Right! I swear that is not my child, no matter what that woman says!
We're not discussing it here now, girl. I said later, but we're gonna talk about it.
Hannah, darling, you believe me, don't you?
I will believe you till you're proven guilty. I believe that it isn't your child. But you never said that you did not cheat on me with her, right? We'll have a talk about that tomorrow, among other things.
What for?
Because I'm not like I'm letting you get away with it, girl. Cheating is still a big deal, okay? Like, you may not have gone the full 10-yard with it, but like, still.
What other things?
About us, Luke, right? This isn't right. This doubting each other and not talking. That's why we'll talk. If anyone needs me, I'll be in my room. Oh my god. I'm in no mood to be talking with anyone about anything, especially nosy buggers who have no business with any of it.
Should I be worried? Scared?
Both.
Because you know threats do not work with me, Hannah.
Alright, we'll see about that. None of those. You should know I'm not your enemy, Luke. I need rest, that's all. Oh no.
Of course, you must be so tired. You've earned some peace.
Well, thank you for understanding that much.
I'll take over the party from here.
Thank you. Good night, love.
Good night, Buttercup.
Okay. Sometimes I forget that leaving Luke to handle a party is a horrible idea. Because he goes off drinking and gets drunk. Oh gosh. Okay, Saturday, at least next morning, every single time it gets dark and we go off on our own, like, I always get so fucking nervous and anxious because I know some shit's gonna go down with the ghost. So I'm like, oh no, I don't want to be by myself. But no, it's okay. We cool. Anyway, so now I'm gonna leave it here, you guys, because I feel this is a very good place to leave it off. It's the very next day after the party. It's a Saturday, so this is a good point to pick up after in the next episode. So yeah, wow, damn. So we got a little bit of ghost drama. So Hannah has experienced more of seeing this ghost lady appear in front of her, and she kind of like is low-key freaking out about it, but still doesn't really done anything yet about it, like hasn't even told anyone about it. But of course, like, she has every right not to, because no one was gonna believe her. And then we got a little bit more of, like, freaking like, you know, rich people problems where people are cheating and there's scandals and there's, you know, there's some next Kim Kardashian shit, the keeping up the Kardashians. Oh my god. Anyway, so yes, so we'll continue this in the next episode and see where it is that, you know, the right couple, Hannah, will deal with, you know, in terms of Luke and what the whole incident of what happened with Rochelle. So yes, and then of course the ghost as well too. Oh my gosh, there's like more and more she's starting to see this lady, but you know, we still haven't had anything traumatic happen to us compared to Isabella. So we're gonna see if, of course, if you know, it'll escalate in the next episode. So until then, you guys, bye.
Spooky, scary skeletons and shivers down your spine. Shrieking skulls will shock